once again, Star Wars unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars Unboxing Show. I'm your host, Darth Tuba, and today we had another Whatnot show, another very successful Whatnot show, and I am going to do it a little bit differently today. I'm going to do my wins and shoutouts in a moment. I am going to do them from highest spent to lowest spent, and there's a couple of reasons for this. Because right behind you, and I'll show you this in a minute when I'm done going through the shoutouts, I'm actually going to show you the packing process, just to let you know that this is not an easy gig, okay? I know there have been some people that have purchased from me that I think some have said, ooh, I want to do a show, right? And that's what they tried to do, and only to find that it was really, really, really hard and a lot of work. It's not easy money, guys. It is not by any means, okay? It is a lot of fun because there's interaction and you're talking to other people. And if you're truly a collector and you're sharing with other people that are collectors, that's really nice. And there's a lot of fun things. So I wanted to just kind of walk you through the shout outs, and then I'm going to walk you through the packing process. I'm going to put it on high speed so you don't have to take as much time as it's going to take me to do it, but we're going to kind of go and do it that way. So what I'm going to do first, though, is that I want to just let you know we grossed about just over $1,000, $1,018. And after whatnot fees and whatnot, and perhaps shipping issues, because the first 2 or 3 that I'm going to read off to you, I don't know if I have a box big enough for them all, at least not for the first one. Okay, so we may have to either unbundle it or come up with a huge box that's going to cost more money. So when all that is said and done, I think we're going to clear about $800, maybe 800 and change, which is actually not bad. From what I spent on all the items that we sold, I think we did okay. So I am also seeing my follower count go up. We're up to 930 followers, which is great. And in getting followers on Whatnot is similar to getting subscribers on YouTube. The more followers you have, what happens is every time you book a show and set it up and schedule it, they get notified, or they can see, they look at an email and says one of your followed shows is going to be starting soon. That gets them into your shows some more. I have over 40 people in the show, which is kind of funny because you would think with that many people I would have made more money, but it's a modern show. So for modern, I did pretty well. But, that's okay, though. I don't mind making a little less money, but I do kind of feel like I want to run 2 shows a week if there's any way I can make it happen. Even if one of the shows is short, and I think it will end up being the modern show that's short, because I can always get a bunch of vintage figures and put them out one at a time. I may not make as much, but I can run 100. I can run a full length show. So with vintage, it's a little harder to do with carded. And the other issue with carded is that I got to box all of it up, and it's just a little bit harder to do. So we're going to get to it and show you what it is. So we grossed $1,018, 125 individual sales, 27 buyers. So I have to pack up 27 sets of things to go. So before I give out the wins and shoutouts, again, be sure to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Generally, how it works is I put my shout-out videos from the Friday show or the show I did earlier in the weekend. They go out. They already went out when I'm recording today. Today's Sunday. They already went out. Then earlier in the week, I do unboxing videos, and if I need more than that, it stretches to the middle of the week. Anything kind of special, like being that I do a second show, I'll probably do this shout-out video. Will probably drop on Friday, and then we'll be taking a break. Normally Friday nights when I do my next show, taking a break, going on vacation. I'm going to Disney World and Galaxy's Edge, and I'm really excited about it, and I want you to come along with me on that. So we are going to be having a live stream taking place on Wednesday, April 8th. That's the plan. Sometime between 5 and 6 p.m. Probably going to be aiming for 6. And I want to try to get you on at least one of the 2 rides. I don't know if I can get you on Rise of Resistance or Smuggler's Run or both. We're going to take you into Oga's. We got a reservation for that. We're going to go and build a droid. And if we build a droid, I'm going to have you guys pick out the colors and the type of domes and what we're going to do. Am I doing a BB unit? Am I doing an R2 unit? And then, at some point in the next week after I get back, I will run a modern show, and or maybe a vintage show, we'll see. And I will actually auction off that on Whatnot, that droid, for $1 start. So you want to be part of that. Come to and check out the live stream next week. Okay, the 8th of April. All right. So the last thing before we get started, let's give a little shout out to all of our Tubaka of the Week winners. The Tubaka of the Week, for those new to this, is the person who spent the most money this week. And I am proud and happy to announce that we have a second 2-time Chewbacca of the Week winner. This is the second person to win it twice, and that is Erikar, who has won the Chewbacca of the Week once before, so now he's the Chewbacca of the Week again this week, and he's also the namer of the award. So he will receive the coveted Chewbacca of the Week trophy, which looks like this, courtesy of the 3D printing and painting and artistic talents of Star Wars Daddy on YouTube, so make sure you check him out, all right, because he does some really great things. So today's going to be a little different. Normally, I get everything recorded and packed up. I'm going to try to do it kind of more on the fly today, mainly because I'm running out of time. It's already almost 6, and I got a lot of packing to do. So I'm trying to get all the other stuff out of the way. I've already sorted everything. Everything is set up, and then I want to kind of go from there. So let us begin with our Chewbacca of the Week winner, and that is, as I mentioned, that is Erikar. And Erikar is absolutely awesome and a great supporter of the channel. And he purchased, if I can get it all right here, well, let's see. Let's start with the regular 3 3/4. Well, first I had a Time magazine from 1997 about Star Wars coming back into theaters, and the special edition. He purchased that. He purchased a Shak T figure. I'm just going to name the figures, guys. You can look at the photos, see which type it was. A Bausch figure, a Boba Fett figure, a Luke Skywalker figure, 2 Luke Skywalker figures, actually, a Bespin one and a Jedi one, a C-3PO figure that was actually a bootleg figure from Mexico, I believe. So the figure is on a Shadow of the Empire card with an AT-ST driver. It's a hoot. You can see it in the photos. Along with a C-3PO from Attack of the Clones with the removable face plates and stuff. And in addition to that, he purchased 3 Star Tours figures that came out. Goofy as Darth Vader, Mickey as Luke, and Donald as Han Solo. And he also got 2 titanium vehicles, a Sandcrawler and an A-Wing fighter. He also picked up a Black Series Imperial Officer from Ferrix, and Black Series Fennec Shan, and a Black Series Cal Kestis, and a Black Series Saw Gerrera. And the grand poobah of them all was he got and this will put him over the top really for his Chewbacca of the Week, he purchased the Black Series Dewback with Sand Trooper. And all of that he purchased for a grand total of $178 plus reduced shipping. Angel Moore 08215 is a new buyer and actually purchased a whole bunch of figures for mostly 3 3/4 inch line. Purchased Battle Droid, another 3PO with removable plates, a Chewbacca with the taken apart 3PO, a Zam Wessel, a Mace Windu, a Captain Typho, an EV-99. These are all like modern figures. A Mace Windu, a animated version of Boba Fett, an R2-D2, a Han Solo and Stormtrooper, another Han Solo from Return of the Jedi out of Carbonite, 3 Clone Troopers 3-pack, another 3 Clone Trooper 3-pack, a Black Series but 3 3/4 inch Lando General, a set of cards, a random bunch of cards from like a customizable Star Wars card game, a set of custom tourism stickers, and a convention exclusive Jabba the Hutt Pez dispenser. All of that they paid for they got for $102 plus reduced shipping. Shiz Now is a new buyer and made a bunch of purchases. Looks like he got a Black Series Soul from the Acolyte, and also a Ralph McQuarrie Luke Skywalker concept figure, a Black Series 3 3/4 inch Emperor's Royal Guard, a R2-D2 from Revenge of the Sith, another Boba Fett figure, and another little Black Series Ahsoka, and a little Black Series Admiral Akbar, TC-14, C-3PO, Darth Vader with removable helmet, Han Solo Endor, R2-D2 Dagobah, Han Solo Return of the Jedi, and Yoda. They got all of that for, where are you? She's now got all of that for $100 plus reduced shipping. Big Daddy 2128, who is a returning buyer and also a past Daddy of the Week. Or not Daddy of the Week, that's the other guy. That's Star Wars Daddy, excuse me. Go check out his channel though, he's awesome. Chewbacca of the Week. And he purchased a Black Series gaming grade Scout Trooper, Paz Vizsla, Boba Fett from Tython, and a Black Series Rex, DJ Rex from Galaxy's Edge, along with 3 3/4 inch figures R2-D2, Han Solo, Zam Wessel, Greedo, Luke, Ben Kenobi, and also a Black Series Little Grogu. And all of that, they paid $80 plus reduced shipping. Darkside Rebel is a returning buyer and purchased something I have trouble seeing. Oh, Gamorrean Guard. Gamorrean Guard and Emperor figures, along with Star Wars The Mandalorian HK87, the Gaming Greats figure whose name is escaping me and blocking, a Dark Trooper, a Knight of Ren, and a set of tourism stickers, all for $71 plus reduced shipping. Justin Barnett 576, who is a new buyer and purchased a Morak from Solo, comic book Luke Black Series, Gaming Greats Battle Droid, a Migs Mayfield, and an Admiral Akbar All Black Series, along with a Clone 3-pack from Revenge of the Sith, a Ben Kenobi Power of the Force, and a 2-1B and Snowtrooper, which is not pictured, Power of the Force, all for $57 plus reduced shipping. Bright Blades is a returning buyer and purchased a Stormtrooper Black Series Deluxe figure, a Figrin Dan Deluxe figure, or not, regular figure, and Orn Freyta, female Tusken Raider, Qui-Gon Jinn, Han Solo from Return of the Jedi, Boba Fett, and C-3PO with the removable plates, and got all of that for $51 plus reduced shipping. Monster Guy is a returning buyer, sorry, and he purchased a Yoda on Cancel creature from Revenge of the Sith from a deleted scene, Black Series Darkside Rey, a Din Djarin Morak, and a Pez dispenser of Salacious Crumb, convention exclusive, and a Pez dispenser Jar Jar Binks Handler, which is just this like electronic Pez dispenser that reenacts the scene when Jar Jar's trying to get the frog, and the guy says, whoopee, whoopee. And that's what it is to sell. Strawberry Pop-Tarts is a awesome name, by the way, and is a new buyer and purchased a Black Series Obi-Wan Kenobi from the TV show, as well as Jar Jar Binks, and also got a titanium Padme Skiff and a Darth Vader figure and a Battle Droid figure, and got all of that for $44 plus reduced shipping. Panther 427 is a returning buyer and purchased a Cobb Vanth Cad Bane Black Series figure, along with a Sand Trooper Power of the Force and a bootleg Sand Trooper Power of the Force figure, which is on a different type of card and has some cool writing on it, and got all of that for $39 plus reduced shipping. Jesse R is a returning buyer and purchased a Yavin Luke. This is all Black Series. Yavin Luke, Gaming Grace Battle Droid, Ponda Baba, and Ahsoka Tano figures, all for $28 plus reduced shipping. B3RU is a new buyer and purchased a Princess Leia Black Series comic book box figure and a Spirit of Anakin 30th anniversary figure, all for $28 plus reduced shipping. Rui Arm is a new buyer and purchased a Aura Singh and Shore Trooper Black Series figures and a Mandalorian and Din Djarin Morak Vintage Collection figures, all for $24 plus reduced shipping. Cool Collections is a returning buyer and purchased a Grief Karga and Queel figure, along with a Han Solo figure and a set of custom Star Wars card backs, all for $22 plus reduced shipping. Porkchop 3397 is a new buyer and purchased 4 titanium vehicles. Purchased a Mist Hunter, a droid tri-fighter, there it is, a B-Wing fighter, and a Naboo fighter. Got all of that for $20 plus reduced shipping. Okay, then we have Aspen 2018, who is a new buyer and just purchased a Gaming Greats RC1138 or Boss Republic Commando figure, all for $18 plus reduced shipping. Next up is Dom315, Dom is a returning buyer, but he purchased a Gaming Greats Heavy Battle Droid and a V-Wing Fighter Titanium vehicle, all for $17 plus reduced shipping. Okay, so I know where I went wrong. I forgot to take one photo, and that's of Law Dog. We're going to start off with Law Dog 21790, who, sorry to get the not pictured, but he purchased is a new buyer, but purchased one of the Star Tours Minnie Mouse as Princess Leia figures, And for that, he paid $14 plus reduced shipping. Pyrax is a new buyer as well, and purchased a titanium TIE fighter and a titanium TIE bomber, along with a set of tourism stickers, all for, where are you, Pyrax? $13 plus reduced shipping. Cooper Oreo is a returning buyer and purchased an Imperial Jump Trooper and Empire Strikes Back Luke Skywalker figure, all for $13 plus reduced shipping. Captain Murdoch is a returning buyer and purchased a Mandalorian, Imperial Armored Commando, and Battle Droid Black Series figures, all for $13 plus reduced shipping. And then we have Ricardo 47643, just making sure I see the right thing here, and yes, I am right. He purchased is a new buyer and purchased a Q90 and Migs Mayfield Morak Black Series figures for $11 plus reduced shipping. Alf 14880 is a new buyer and purchased a 30th Anniversary Collection Shock Trooper with a figure for $7 plus reduced shipping. Toman 86812 is a returning buyer and purchased a Saga Collection Garandan figure, all for $7 plus reduced shipping. Herber 260 is a returning buyer and purchased a IG 2000 titanium vehicle, all for $5 plus reduced shipping. Thanos Wins is a returning buyer and purchased a Imperial Officer 30th Anniversary Collection, all for $5 plus reduced shipping. And last but not least, Sav Didn't Wake Up is actually a new buyer and actually purchased something that I did by accident. I had actually put all these figures together and listed I forgot to list them, put the inventory in, and I tried to do it live, and I tried to list they wouldn't let me list them individually. So when I put them in the show, it listed them as buy it now. So while I was doing this, he bought a figure, a random figure. So I'm going to be sending him, I canceled the rest, so I didn't have any more of those to do. But I did want to honor his purchase, so I gave him a Dr. Evazan Black Series figure. For $5, you can't go wrong with that. All right, so that is what's going on right now, guys. Now, here's the thing, okay? Here's the thing. What I need to do now is pack everything up. So let's flip the camera here, and I can show you what it means to pack things up. I'll put it on high speed so you can kind of see what's happening. You can have my little hustle, groovy blues music while we do it. Here we go. Guys, here it is. This, that, and this, along with this tower of boxes. It's not the most amount of boxes I've sold. I think that's 38. This was 28 because I had a fun breakup one. But it essentially is taking up the most amount of boxes. I went through a roll and a half of tape. I never went through that much packing tape. So, although I do secure my boxes pretty efficiently. So, all right, I'm gonna get these in the car, get them out tomorrow morning. That'll do it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Again, congrats to our Whatnot winners, and I hope you guys continue to stay in touch and take part in our further auctions. Remember, at the time of this recording, whenever this goes out, probably at the end of this week, there will be no live Whatnot show, but there will be a live stream the following week, the 8th of April, in Galaxy's Edge. So just stay subscribed, and I'll get you information on this channel. And I'll probably put it on the Darth Tuba unboxing page and places like that as well. All right. We'll see you all guys next time. I will be back at April 17th for another Whatnot show. But I'll still be making videos, and the videos will still get uploaded. All right. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you.